Well, today sees the final hurdle between us and the European group stages. Fulham look to make the Europa League, and we've got, well, I would say a winnable game to make it happen. But for the first time, we've got an obstacle in our way between the two legs, and that is Premier League football, which returns for our third season. We've also got two transfers in and out as well. This one is sure to be action packed. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 19 of this FM09 Let's Retro Save from Fulham FC. While we've been going through European qualifying, this is officially the start of the third season, as today, as well as our first leg of the final Europa League Qualifier against Dinamo Tirana, we also face Manchester United away, the champions at Old Trafford under Sir Alex Ferguson, in the first game of our third season. A nice easy start for us. But to be honest with you, it probably does work out pretty well for us because we really want to have a go at this first leg today and make sure we get the job done in one leg so we can then go and rest people for the second. And that, to be honest, means that against United, maybe we will have to rest a few of our first team and just try and sit back a bit. But then the two games after, when we face two sides that have been promoted in Hull and Reading, we'll actually be able to play our first team and then hopefully our reserves against Dinamo Tirana in between. So it might work out positively yet. If you want to see if it does, then please do chuck a thumbs up on it. You've missed some of our transfer work so far this week. We'll have a little look at the transfer screen anyway, because we've got a couple of bits of business to look at. Otherwise, though, aside from a few players being unhappy, it's been a very good summer for the football club. So let's start with that transfer news. As you can see at the top of the screen, we beat Omonia 8-0 in the second leg of that qualifier where we'd done the job away in Cyprus. We've got plenty of potential loans out going on. Most of them have now agreed their deals. There's just a couple where they were discussing their contracts. A lot have been rejected. We're getting some big offers for plenty of players, including a couple that I may well consider in the future. And if we go to the history screen, there are two more ins, one of which you know about, and two more out. So let's start with the couple that have left the club. After Eddie Johnson went on a free last time, we eventually had to do the same with Timothy Atuba. We actually had two offers just under £1 million that we accepted throughout July, but he rejected both of the clubs. This time, I guess not paying a transfer fee gave Hansa Rostock a bit more on the financial front, and they offered that in wages, which allowed him to go. So one that didn't really work out for us, but Timothy Atuba moves on to Hansa Rostock. The other one is Clint Dempsey, where we did get a good fee. For a player that was due to be out of contract last summer, we got him to sign a new deal, and now Reading, who will play in a couple of weeks' time, have signed him for $3.5 million and given us a big profit. We've already signed Giuliano, we've got Jermaine Pennant, we've got quality on the left with Albin and now DeMarcus Beasley. He just didn't really fit into the plan. So to have a third choice, who we could have got $3.5 million for, who wouldn't have even been registered for the European squad, made perfect sense to get the money for him. That has allowed us to bring two more players in, one of which was pre-agreed for ages. So Sergei Ignashevich is our new backup centre-half. And when you consider that is a backup centre-half, considering the first year of his save, Aaron Hughes and Chris Baird were vying for the second spot alongside Breda Hangeland. I think to have him and Webster as our backups now, we're doing pretty well, aren't we? So Ignashevich is in for 1.4 million. And then as we predicted, we have got our new left back, Martin Olsen, at £5 million. If Enrique forces his way out, he's good enough to be a first choice. So on less than 10 grand a week, he's had a little knock, but he's going to be back from that. Physically brilliant, determined, great in a tackle, and good going forward. He's everything you could want, really. A fantastic signing. I'm really happy with our summer. We've got two brilliant fullbacks in, brilliant winger on the right-hand side, which we needed. Our backup centre-halves are 10 times stronger, and we've added depth in midfield with Adinho and Beasley. So there's nothing we've done other than strengthen the squad. We've not really increased the wage bill a great deal because Atuba's left, Dempsey's left, Johnson's got off the wage bill. Andy Johnson was the highest earner. He's gone to West Brom. So all in all, we've not really added much to the wages, but we've added a huge depth of quality to the squad. The only slight issue ahead of these Thursday nights, due to the way the squad gets registered for these Europa qualifiers, we're not able to replace players. So even those that have gone out on loan, Stimpson now being one of as well, a Bristol Rovers, scored on his debut. Him and Matthew Briggs have gone out on loan, but we can't take them out and replace them with other players. So as a result, Olsen, Webster and Beasley still not registered for the squad today, which is a little bit of a shame, but we should be strong enough. Let's go and get through to Thursday night football. Dinamo Tirana are a side we should be beating in truth. They've got a few real players. There are a few good ones as well. But they're sort of, again, League One Championship level. We dealt with Omonia at home with an 8-0 victory. Zamora got a hat-trick. Fleck got two. Schneidlin and Billy Jones popping up with one apiece as well. Now, can we do the same against Tirana? Get ourselves 4, 5, 6 ahead. And hopefully, then, after the United game, we can go first choice against Hull and Reading and then rest everyone for what will pretty much be a formality in a second leg. That's the hope. That's the plan. It's a bit of a weird fixture list for us in the Premier League this year. We've got loads of winnable games up to the end of October. Then we just face all the big boys in succession. So City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and Villa. 5 of last year's top 7. United, the other ones who were, of course, playing this time. But all of the other teams from the top 7... we're playing in a space of 6 games, so that's going to be a tricky one for us. We're going to need some good Europa wins at that point. For now, though, let's go and get through to the first leg of the final European qualifier. You can see other teams coming in now. Liverpool away at Lillestrøm. Spurs are going to Motherwell. Villa going away to Switzerland as well. We've really got to make sure that we get this done and have a comfortable passage through. So let's have a look at the squad we can put out today. Still the 3 players ineligible and Pennant injured. But otherwise, we've got a full complement to choose from. And in truth, I think this is probably our first 11. The bench maybe not as strong as it would be. I've chucked young Alex Harrison on there again. But the 11 in full for today is Johan Pella in goal. Nick Rosman, the new right back with Enrique on the left. Diakate and Hangeland, who's yet to score, a centre-half. Sissoko, Schneidlin and Skelbred, the brilliant midfield 3. And then Giuliano, the new boy, with Albin on the left. And Josie Altidore through the middle up top. Harrison, the youngster on the bench if we need it. Adinio and Ignacevic there for the first time for us after being registered for the squad. Flex had a brilliant start. Andreasen and Store are solid. And even today, Billy Jones not making the bench. Danny Murphy not there. It's a strong old squad, isn't it? Let's go and get through to the first leg and see if we can produce something special. Hopefully, a very comfortable win and a chance to rest everyone in the second game. Well, here we go then. 4-4-2 for our opponents. 4-3-3 for Fulham. And again, we're going to try and be more aggressive. Because as you can see from the match odds, it's not quite as silly as some of the other games. But we are very heavy favourites. So let's go and say we expect to win again, I think. The boys are confident. I don't want to just encourage them. Left back, you're going to fly forward and with the ball. Right back, you're going to go forward as well. I might even do it for the Premier League season. I don't know. And then in centre midfield with Schneiderlin, he can also go for through balls and forward runs. I think that leaves us about as aggressive as we can be. Let's try and get people in support of Josie. It's a big game for Fulham because despite the opposition that's winnable on paper, the prize is great with Europa League group stage football. Let's see if we can make it count. As early doors, we've got the ball at right back with Rosman. Into Musa Sissoko and now Morgan Schneiderlin. Not sure why my match stats have gone to the middle of the screen, but here we go down the right with Giuliano. Rosman overlapping. We know he can cross it. Heavy touch the first time. Second ball's good. Stella gets it away, but Skelbred was trying to get in there as Giuliano, with a clever second shot, tries to beat the keeper at the near post, almost does so, and is out for a corner kick, which Juan Albin will take. Not seen much from Hangeland or Diakate yet this year. And right on cue, 1 minute and 8 seconds gone. Diakate heads in. We're 1-0 up on aggregate and we're 1-0 up on the night. It's exactly the start we wanted. Now let's go and get 2 or 3 more and get this tie put to bed. Well, just 5 minutes gone and we're back in possession again with the lead already as Giuliano looks for Schneiderlin, again trying to make it forward from midfield. Josie Altidore drifts wide this time. Will he turn creator? Great run into the box, going alone. Josie Altidore, that is absolutely stunning. I know a lot of you in the comments are still doubting him, and he does have his barren runs, but he's only 20, don't forget. Had a good first year after a slow start, got 15 goals in the end. And Josie Altidore, 3 in qualifying already, despite not featuring much. He really does look like a superstar, and that goal, he's just a powerhouse. He's too quick, he's too strong, he's got the finish at the end of it, and he can carry the ball as well. He's got everything to be a brilliant striker, and I hope we can make him well cast as Schneiderlin finds Skelbred. The only thing he's got to watch out for is that youngster Harrison, as here he goes again. Altidore past 2 and then shoots wide. But he is breezing past players like they're not there. And it's a very encouraging sign to watch as a Fulham manager, as Albin plays a short free kick. Altidore's going back to get it again. I don't know why he does that. That's the one thing I don't understand. As Sissoko Wide to Jose Enrique. There's options in the middle and plenty of them from the original set piece. Cross to the back post. Schneiderlin's there. Let me tell you, folks, we're going to the group stages and we're going to get our wish because in the second leg, we're going to be able to rest whoever we want. It's fabulous. There's 15 minutes gone and it's been the perfect start to this Thursday night fixture. Well, approaching the 20-minute mark, it's been a very comfortable night. And when we've got this first team out, we are pretty much unbeatable at this stage as Albin gets the ball down the left-hand side. Great run. Chance from the byline. Into the box to Skelbred is 4. And that extra midfield runner, it's really tempting me in the league games. Obviously, we're not going to do it away at United and that. But at home against some of the top sides and against some of the mid-table ones in particular, where we were struggling to break them down and get that second, third goal last year, does make me think we could go for it without maybe giving up too much at the back. As it is for now, we can almost look at who we want to rest for the weekend. We have got a week off after that, so if anyone's struggling at the hour mark, we can take them off. As Schneiderlin finds Skelbred. Good combination from the midfield 3, through to Josie Altidore, round the keeper, and into the top of the net. This game has proved to be easier than real and Omonia so far. It is 5-0, it's beautiful stuff, and it's the first time really this season we've had the whole 11 out. And it's showing, isn't it? What a fantastic performance. Half an hour gone and Fulham are already through as Albin can Hangeland get on the score sheet. Up to the back post, off Diakate. Schneiderlin's there. Makes it 6. Both players have got 2 now, Schneiderlin and Altidore. Skelbred and Diakate with 1 apiece as well. We just need to find some form for the likes of Albin in front of goal. And this will be the perfect night. But young Harrison is going to get to come on. We'll probably get Fleck on as well. And then either Adinho or Ignacevic. One of them can make their debut. As Albin picks it up for Skelbred. In centre midfield again. Space in possession. Finds Schneiderlin. Shot straight at the goalkeeper. Not the best effort. 6 goals, 6 clear-cut chances, and 13 shots overall. It's been some half an hour, hasn't it? Although at the other end, they're having a go. We're forcing them to shoot from miles out. And again, we've just got enough quality bodies back there. It's good work. And we tend to the break. It has been the perfect half. We've just got to avoid injuries this time. As Albin gets it in. Skelbred at the back stick. Has to bring it down. Chance to turn. Falls for Giuliano. He can look for a cross. Skelbred again. 7. Oh, incredible. Brilliant stuff from Fulham. First goal that's not a clear-cut chance as well. Fulham are having an absolute brilliant time here. And the great news is, we've got the chance to replicate Roy. Are we going to be able to go on a run in this competition? If this 11 can go out when it matters, we've certainly got a chance. Let's go and get through to the halftime team talk. The perfect performance so far. Is there anyone who's struggling physically? I mean, Schneiderlin is the worst, but he's still 89%. I just want to try and find a way to get Harrison on in truth, but don't think we're going to do so yet. We'll be professional. We'll get to the hour mark and then we'll make an adjustment or two. Ideally, looking at the fitness, Albin, Schneiderlin, maybe Skelbred, the 3 we rest, as up goes Hangeland. When I look at United away, if I have to leave out Rosman for Storr, not so much of an issue, but I want the star players in. As Albin cuts in from the right, can he produce a moment? He's trying to find that space, that half a yard for a shot. Goes all the way from right to left. He's got a cross on now, if he can find it. Headed away at the front post, but Albin gets there again. Out to the edge of the area. Support in the middle, might go alone. Ran Albin goes for the shot. It's a little bit greedy, but we can forgive him this time. It remains 7-0 on the night. I don't think we can complain too much. Do I give Josie Altidore a rest or do I just let him try and get the hat-trick? I guess with Harrison on the bench, he's probably one that has to come off, isn't he? The Sissoko goes for the long ball forward. Not that going 2 up front would be a problem here. Altidore wins the flick, might get his hat-trick. Josie Altidore, and he scores it. That makes the decision for us. Altidore, Albin and Skelbred, I think, will be the 3 because Albin does seem to be doing all right, but let's go and make our decisions. Josie Altidore, what a night's work for you. Young Alex Harrison, he's had to play centre-half a few times because of Stimpson. Let's get him in up front. His first chance to show just how good he is behind there. We're also going to bring on John Fleck as one of the youngsters. So Albin's 86% fit. Skelbred is better. His natural fitness, though, I think is worse, isn't it? No, it's no different. So Skelbred can stay on. Albin will be replaced by Fleck. And then Schneiderlin will be replaced by Adinho, who is going to make his debut. Sissoko will go further forward. And Adinho will drop into the holding role. Another brilliant moment for Fulham. What a day. Another Youth Academy star coming on in Europe. And this is a brilliant sign as Albin gets down the left to the byline. Sub still not made yet. Headed away as far as Moussa Sissoko, who's dropped into that role already. He finds himself to Enrique. To the byline without much pressure on him. Beats his man with ease. Good ball in. Beats everyone. Hoxer at the back post will hook it clear. Rosman will recycle possession. Again under not much pressure. Fantastic day for him so far. Gets it from Sissoko again. Chance to take on his man down the right. Wins the throw. And a sub should be made. 8-0, the perfect day. Now let's get that academy start. His first goal for the club after Josie Altidore scores a hat-trick in an hour. Well, it's gone a little bit quiet the last 10 minutes. We're back with 71 on the clock and Rosman getting a ball from Pella at the back. He's got support in midfield from Edinho. First touch we see for him on camera and up to Sissoko now in that advanced role. Skelbred wide to Rosman again. Giuliano's down the line but instead plays short to Sissoko. Just a 1-2 in the end. We're not in a rush to get it forward. Rosman looks down the line. Has support from Giuliano. Here it is. Cuts in on his left-hand side. Will he look for the shot or the pass? Giuliano has support but goes alone. Clatters the woodwork and he's away as far as Enrique. Back into danger. Sissoko's up. Headed behind for a corner. I mean, it's utter dominance. It's magnificent to watch. Yes, we should be beating this opposition comfortably, but the manner in which we're doing it now is frightening as Fleck crosses. Angelan not quite able to get there. The only disappointment this year is the lack of set-piece quality so far. Just the one today from Diakate as it's a long ball forward. Rosman will go up against the striker. Wins it well. Finds Sissoko and now Giuliano. Big quick switch to Skelbred. Enrique's out on the left. And John Fleck, the sub, is down the line. Can we get the ball into Harrison? Get that run on the shoulder. Why are you sitting back? John Fleck with a heavy touch. Little bit complacent that. Keep your eye on the ball and get us another goal. But just a couple of minutes later, it's a throw on the right for the visitors. Long one down the line, but Jose Enrique, the only man in sight really. Not sure why the striker ran away from that as Enrique can carry it forward. You play it over the top. The odds are Harrison will win it, to be honest. We'll wait for him to do so. He plays short to Edinho. He finds Moussa Sissoko. Big switch to the right to Rosman, who again, they just can't handle that because they're trying to sit compact. As soon as we play a quick wide ball, they can't cope with it. Skelbred carrying forward. Harrison's trying to make the run. Instead, it's to Sissoko, slightly overhit. Rosman's down the line in space, though, as they've gone narrow to defend. Giuliano cuts in. Skelbred was the pass there. Didn't do it. Went for glory himself. Not sure he scored for the club yet. We're 10 to go. We've got a throw on the left with John Fleck. Finds Jose Enrique. Inside to Skelbred. Space to shoot again. Finds Giuliano with a clever pass. Giuliano, good save. Rosman will keep it in on the right. The danger's not gone for the visitors. Rosman with a chance to cross. Been pressured pretty well, but he does find a ball to the back stick. Past everyone to Enrique. Options in the middle. Harrison's offside at the minute. Enrique to the byline though, and now he is available. Can he find the cross? It deflects away. And I think he hits his own man annoyingly. 8 minutes to go at 8-0. We're having a lovely time, but I really want Harrison to score. As Rosman cuts inside to Edinho. European group stage football being celebrated. But is an academy graduate scoring his first goal going to be the same? As Rosman inside to Edinho. Back to Diakate. Professional in possession here. We're not in a rush. I like to see us get the ball forward here. Rosman just taking a bit of a liberty. Don't take the mick out of your opposition. As Skelbred gets it from Edinho. Can carry forward. He's waiting for the run from Fleck. Instead turns back inside to Sissoko. He goes from distance. And that is greedy. It's been a pretty poor 15 minutes in truth, but the job is well and truly already done. As Harrison gets into the box, does really well. Deflects away as far as Jose Enrique. He finds Rosman, the right back. Not sure what he was doing in there. He puts it over the bar. We're still creating chances, but not as many great ones as the first half. Though we've got a corner with John Fleck. You know the target's in the middle. Diakate's up again, and he's got his second of the game. Joins Skelbred in chasing a hat-trick here. It is 9-0. One more to double figures, boys. Or are we going to take pity at this point? A fantastic first leg display. Now, Manchester United, you're going to get the chance, aren't you? Because we are fitter than you thought at first. Only 1 minute of stoppage time. It's going to go very quickly. A 9-0 Fulham win. An academy star off the bench again. And a hat-trick for centre-forward Josie Altidore. The perfect Thursday night. But I think we know Sunday's going to be a bit trickier. Off to the champions at Old Trafford. What has Sir Alex got in store for us? Well, fresh from that massive win on Thursday and the news that we've sold an extra 800 season tickets this year, we are back to start our third Premier League season with the toughest possible test, a trip to the champions who have been well rested during the week. They beat Arsenal in a Community Shield 3-0 last week, if you needed any indication of where they are. And we today have got a very tough test on our hands. The good news is that pretty much everyone is fit, and we have got those extra players available now, DeMarcus Beasley and Andy Webster available for the squad. And unfortunately, Alex Harrison will have to miss out this time. So we are going to bring in Billy Jones. I think we are probably going to bring in Beasley as well. I've just got to work out where, because Schneiderlin's struggling. So Sissoko and Andreasen will make up a slightly more defensive midfield combination. Now, I think we'll put Beasley on the bench there. I might even leave Zamora off the bench, because Fleck can do the job as a sub-striker, can't he? I think that gives us the chance to be a bit more cautious. Fleck as the sub-striker, Beasley then as the sub-winger. Jones and Andreasen are normally the midfield/defensive options. We've got one of them on the bench there, then 2 defenders and 2 midfielders. I think that's about as good as we can do. So let's have a look at our 11 for today. Do we take Rosman out for Storr? I think we do. Let's try and keep this squad as fit as possible. So 2 changes, Andreasen and Storr in, the 2 Scandinavians replacing Morgan Schneiderlin, and who's the other one? The right back, Rosnan, as well, as we go to Old Trafford in our first very tough test of the season. Well, look at this for a team. You've got Rooney, Tevez, Ronaldo, Hargreaves, Evra, Ferdinand, Van der Sar. There is quality everywhere. Our former goalkeeper, I'm sure, will haunt us here. No pushing forward today with those extra players. We're going to stick to what we normally do. But rather than going more defensive against these sides and our usual against the sort of middling sides, we're going to go more aggressive against the bottom sides this year and our regular against the likes of Manchester United. So let's see how this pans out away at Old Trafford. Have we got the quality to compete now? And have we got the fitness with just a 3-day weekend? Their bench includes Berbatov, Nani, Scholes, Vidic and Johnny Evans. It's not going to be a bad side, is it? Into the first half we go. Let's see if those couple of fresh legs can make a difference for us. We're just under 10 minutes gone. I was about to say good news that Wayne Rooney's picked up a knock, but I'm not sure if they have to replace him with Berbatov. That helps us at all. Ferdinand has got a yellow card off of Altidore. If you remember back to last season at the end, Altidore gave Ferdinand and Vidic a really tough time, and it's Craig Cathcart, the youngster in there today, who has developed very well. Ran Albin's delivery not the best, but I wonder if he'll give Ferdinand trouble again, as Albin, with a free kick short to Andreasen. Down the line he goes for that shot. I forgot about that. I don't know what it is with Leon Andreasen. There's nothing to say he shoots more often, but he just, for some reason, seems to love doing it. And they're always wayward, despite his 15 rating, as Hangeland heads away to Altidore. Back to Andreasen in that holding row again. Looks for the ball over the top to Giuliano. I see the idea, but Evra will read that all day. And Cathcart gets it away to Tozic. We've got pending tactical changes, which may mean disaster here. Anderson over halfway to Rooney. Skelbred gets back at him well, but Rooney still comes out with a ball. And then Rooney is fouled by Skelbred. And the referee thankfully stops play for us because Rooney was running in on goal there. We have had the only shots of the game so far, but 10 minutes gone, nothing clear cut. I don't think we can get too excited just yet. Well, here is Rooney from the free kick up to Ronaldo. Not sure why he's wearing number 12 now. It's over the bar. Enrique misses the challenge. It's going to be a goal kick. Not the best of moments for us there. Why is Cristiano Ronaldo wearing 12? As Albin has got an out-swinging corner. Hangeland's up. Breda Hangeland. What a header. I mean, we'll gloss over the fact of why he's being marked by Rafael da Silva, while Rio Ferdinand was marking one of the small centre midfielders. But Breda Hangeland with a bullet header across goal into the far corner. And Fulham are ahead at Old Trafford at the champions. This is a really good sign. 20 minutes gone, we've been decent value for it as well. And we've restricted Manchester United to not a lot, as Ran Albin with a free kick to Andreasen. Got the chance to play him in again. Play short to Altidore. Now Albin playing some lovely stuff here. Ran Albin to the byline. Hargreaves gets it away. Hangeland v Tevez. And Tevez has won it. Hangeland now out of position. It's a 2-on-2. Rooney, Tevez. Ronaldo busting a gut to get forward in support. Tevez to the byline. Sissoko in. Does well enough to get that behind for a corner. No complaints from me. It's going to be a chance for Zoran Tozic. There's plenty of big men in the box here for United, but Pella comes and claims it brilliantly. Fantastic goalkeeping. And we can play out to the right. Frederick Storr and Giuliano in acres of space. He's gone the wrong way. Ronaldo's lost out to Albin though. And Skelbred can try and work it forward. Raphael on the right-hand side, over halfway to Ronaldo. Tries to get it down the line. Takes on Jose Enrique. Beats him pretty comfortably, it must be said. Deflected cross though, he got back at it. And Pella's able to deal with that. Half an hour gone, and this has been dreamland so far. Yes, our goal was our only shot on target, but it's been a very comfortable afternoon, I would say, at the minute. As Jose Enrique at left back can turn. He's got Skelbred if he can find that pass. Instead goes to Andreasen, and he's been mugged by Hargreaves. This is when you didn't need individual mistakes. We said it's been a comfortable afternoon. Tevez shot blocked. Tozic still there. Frederick Storr take a bow. That is superb defending. Giuliano can just hook it down the line. Tozic wants a penalty. Looked a good tackle to me. Gotta be honest, that was a fantastic challenge. Given the fact that we've made a stupid mistake. Can't afford to do that when 1 goal up. We're playing well. Do not give Carlos Tevez a chance. As Andreasen loses it to Hargreaves again. One of the only 2 players I've brought in who wouldn't normally start. And he's been caught twice. As Tevez goes out to Evra. Now Tozic. Evra again to the byline. No support and no defending. Giuliano not getting back quite as quickly. It's the one area he wasn't as strong as Dempsey or Pennant was the tracking back. But United have still not had a shot on target. As we approach the break, we're 1-0 up, and this has been a great display. Might look at taking Andreasen off soon anyway. But what a performance it's been. We've made it a poor game, which I'm happy with. We're 1-0 up, so well done, boys. Keep up the good work. Well, here we are, just 4 minutes gone in the second half, and it's a goal kick for Fulham, which is aimed towards Josie Altidore. Swarmed by players this time, and Anderson is the man to nick it. Tevez has support on the right from Ronaldo. He's going alone though. Brilliant play from him. There's options in the middle. There's far more support in the box, and Anderson is one of them. And the midfield runners, Sissoko didn't get back quickly enough. Andreasen is nowhere to be seen. We seem to do this a lot against United, don't we? Go a goal up and then throw it away. And that goal's a really poor one to concede. To not track your runners in the box. There's no real excuse for that. Evans is on for Cathcart. Tozic off for Vidic. Interesting changes. Wonder if Evra goes further forward now. We'll have a look. But 10 minutes gone in the second half. United back on terms and dominating this half. As Hargreaves crosses, Anderson's up again. I always forgot in these FMs he became about the best player in the world, didn't he? Papi Diakate misses the header this time. And there's no excuse to do that to Anderson. The fact that he scored from 2 crosses when he's significantly under 6 foot and we've got big men in the box is a real worry. And in a game where United have created absolutely nothing from open play, we've gifted them 2 goals. And again, I've told the boys I'm pleased at half-time. And I'm going to have to watch out for this because the reaction seems to be pretty awful every time. Pella's got a goal kick. We're going to have to make changes soon because it's falling apart. And a long ball downfield. Flicked on by Sissoko. Altidore up against Ferdinand. It falls for Skelbred. Anderson's back there again. And Everett is playing further forward in midfield. Up towards Carlos Tevez. Evra's out there again, but Tevez making it a one-man show. Forget about Ronaldo and Rooney. It's Tevez and Anderson in this universe. Tevez cutting in from the left. Evra, the man who challenged him in the end. Gets to the byline. Cross in towards Ronaldo. Beats everyone to Rafael da Silva. He gets it in. Ronaldo's there again. Hargreaves got the second chance. Good shot into the corner. And in 12 minutes, we have blown it. We have completely blown it in this game. I'm absolutely furious at this performance. It's because I've told them I'm pleased at half-time, which is the only logical reaction when you're winning at Old Trafford. You're not going to say don't get complacent, are you? And yet again, it's come back to bite me. Let's make the changes. Diakate is now on a 4.8. Seems like the perfect time for an Ignacevic debut. Maybe that is the problem with some of the unhappiness about as well. Andreasen and Storr have been the 2 weakest players defensively. Not surprised by that. Edinho will come on in the holding role. And I'm going to bring on... It's either Giuliano off on the right, or I'm going to take off Frederick Storr. I think we're going to do that. Let's go to Rosman on the right-hand side. Edinho in holding midfield. But this game has got away from us. A brilliant first half, and it has completely fallen apart since the break. Well, 15 minutes to go, and again, it's gone very quiet since the subs. From open play generally, we've managed this game really well. Diakate's had a stinker. He clearly doesn't want to be at the club anymore, but maybe I just need to drop him out so he's less important than Ignacevic and then get him back to a position where he's willing to be here. Because it's really disappointing. And the one thing we've learned out of today is not to tell the players you're pleased at half-time. I don't know why I did it anyway. It seemed the most logical response to the situation, being ahead at the champions, but it's cost us as Evra gets forward down the left. Now we're trying to be aggressive against a very good team, and it's going to cost us again. Tevez heads just wide. United not absolutely dominating this game, but the second half has been one-sided to say the least. And with 15 minutes remaining on the clock and Rosman now on a yellow, nothing from the attacking players at the minute. We're not getting it forward for now. It is going to be a disappointing day. But let's be honest, this is the toughest game of the season. And we gave United a scare for 45 minutes until I made my own mistake in the dressing room. It's not a bad sign, is it? 10 minutes remaining. Let's just get this done with now. Rooney's picked up a knock again. It all goes on to Hull and Reading the next 2 weeks. They're the important games now. 3 minutes of stoppage time played. Bar that crazy 10 minutes, we were brilliant. But that crazy 10 minutes has cost us 3 points. We're going to say we're disappointed. Try and bring them down a few pegs because a couple of them very arrogant at the start of that second half. Papi Diakate, what happened to you? You're supposed to be one of the best players in the league. Unfortunately, not proved it this time. Incidentally, Juan Albin did win Premier League Player of the Year last year. Tottenham and Liverpool off to flying starts as well as Chelsea. It's all looking good for some of them, isn't it? For us, lots of positive signs. We're through to the European group stages without doubt. We've got Olsen back in full training now. And for 75 minutes, we were level pegging with United. We were matching them every step of the way. Just a couple of silly mistakes at the back. Let's go and have a look at the fixture list because we probably don't know when we're going to be back in truth. We're through to the group stage. I would imagine the first game is going to be the midweek after Spurs at home. So my plan at the moment is that we'll do Spurs at home, reflect on any outs at the end of the transfer window if there's little odd bits to tie up, and then play our first Europa League game on camera. We'll see if that's the case or not, how it pans out, what fixtures we get and where they fall. But with most of our big Premier League games not coming till November now, it does seem like we can just get through these games, which we should be winning against the likes of Hull, Reading and Stoke, as long as there's not midweek fixtures in the way. If you want to find out if we do and see if there's any more news at the end of this transfer window, then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Thank you very much for joining me for the new Premier League season. Let me know what you think of the transfer work overall. And do you agree with me that it's not all doom and gloom after that United game? Maybe just a half-time team talk mistake and one or two unhappy players in the middle of the transfer window. Aside from that, I think we competed pretty well. Hopefully, we'll be able to get back to winning ways over the next couple of weeks. Certainly in the return leg against Tirana. A few of the youth players will be getting a run out there. And then I'll see you for the first group stage game tomorrow. What a way to finish our 4th week of this save. Europa League group stage football and a big game against one of the fellow top 8.